What's going on, cunts? Welcome to the 11th episode of the Zombies Workshop podcast. This time I'm joined by a bunch of scripting cunts. I know nothing about scripting, so this should be interesting. And my Discord's popping off. I'll quickly disable notifications somehow. Yeah, do not disturb. Alright. So I'm joined by Symbo, the fucking scripting god for me, because he scripts everything on my fucking projects. And we got fucking, who's next? Yeah, that's Symbo. We got Jerry Gaming / JariK / just Jerry, and fuck, I forgot.
Scobalula.
Scobalula, there we go. Most difficult name to pronounce in the whole community, I reckon. Got on, cunts, how you all doing?
Great.
Yeah, great.
I'm doing great, yeah.
Wonderful. Right. So I'm gonna start with Scobalula. There we go. Like, it's so hard to remember. So this
You're getting
cunt,
better.
has just casually gone and made Greyhound Liquor Patches, Near Run Cerebros, BO3, Material Extractor, Hydra XC, Metal VU, T8, Zaren Ripper, Cod Data Dumper, Batch X-Pack Extractor, and Husky. So,
There's more stuff in there. I
yeah.
get rid of stuff after a while because some of it's pretty bad.
Oh, it's just what I could see on GitHub. There's a lot of fucking things you've made. And honestly,
Yeah, more.
I think you and who was the fucking original dude?
Porter.
Yeah, Porter. You two cunts are probably the biggest contributors to the whole fucking scene, because I don't know a single cunt who doesn't use these tools.
Oh, well, it's taken a lot of time, so I'm glad that people find use in it.
Yeah, without these tools, like, all the maps would be just a bunch of stock assets, wouldn't it?
Oh, could you imagine if Porter never came along and made Raid? Because Tom BMX is gone. He's long gone, so we would never have had any tools for newer games. We would have been stuck with older crap.
Dude, we'll all be using fucking futuristic models and shit for every map that comes out. Fuck, hey. It's crazy. So what's your background with programming or scripting?
I really only started in World at War, when I first got into scripting, and from there I started making plugins for Maya. My first time when I started reverse engineering stuff was with Call of Duty Ghosts. It's like a couple of years ago, back in 2015, when I wanted to get the sounds, and there was no tools for getting the sounds from the game. So I just took out Hex Editor and I started just searching through the files to see where the sounds were actually stored. Found out the stored in a fast file, and then from there, I built a tool to do it months later, and then from there, I've just been constantly improving. And then I made Hydra X. That was the first time I've ever made a tool that works through memory extraction. And then that one has just been where I've gone from there. Then taking over Porter's tool when he left. And I suppose I've just been constantly improving from there.
It's very impressive. You're a cunt that I don't understand how you can make so many tools. I mean, maybe it's easier than it seems, just because I'm fucking mentally, what's the word? Disabled when it comes to scripting.
It is easy and it isn't. It is easy for me because I've been doing this stuff for the past 4 or 5 years. So for me, it's like I can just boot up a debugger and start looking for stuff, or open a file in a hex editor and start just looking through all the data and start to figure out stuff. And for someone who's never done it before, it definitely looks like what the hell is going on.
Oh, I don't know what it is, but other languages piss me the fuck off. I haven't mastered English yet, so why am I trying to master some other language before I even master the main one? I don't know. Fuck every other language, by the way. GC, fucking C++, French, I don't know, anything, fuck it all. Shout out to Symbo, by the way. So, so I saw your tweet, and you said people were mass dumping, creating repos for fucking assets using your tool.
Oh yeah, it was actually Tom who told me about that. There was some guy who he posted a mod me. I didn't think much of it when I saw it. I just skipped over the thread, and then I realized what it actually was. They're basically taking all the Call of Duties, ripping every single asset, and uploading them to Mega. And that is just not a good idea. That is definitely going to get you're definitely going to get cease and desist for doing something like that, where you basically go through every game, rip out every single file from the game, and just upload it to Mega. It's just not going to work.
Yeah, straight DMCA'd.
The best thing about these tools are legal because under reverse laws like in the EU regarding reverse engineering, the tool itself doesn't like the assets aren't stored in the tool. It just reads data. Whereas what they're doing is just a completely separate thing. And even with regards to including content in the mod tools, like if you upload a map to Steam with through BO3, there is in the EU since they own the content, they're kind of more lenient towards it because it's within their game. So what they're doing is just not hope.
Have you been directly or indirectly addressed by JariK? Or
no,
for what
and I don't think Porter has either.
If anything, they probably hate you cunts the most because fucking they hashed the shit out of Black Ops 4, which doesn't even help, by the way.
Oh, that was like I can definitely see them doing that for MW.
Oh, I fucking hope they don't.
Tons of games are hashing their assets. Rainbow, the Ubisoft, all their games are running that engine, like Rainbow Six. They all hash the assets in that. Although that happened post release because of people going through the files. There's a ton of other games too. I can't think off the top of my head, but
isn't it
all
useless
going down the road.
though? Like, you can still export the cunt.
Yeah, you can still export, but it just essentially means like if you take Black Ops 4 for example, finding I'd say it's more to do with a lot of it has to do with leakers probably, and people find content because if you look back through the betas and all the times they've released DLC that includes content it shouldn't have included, people just find the stuff so easily. So there's a bit of that as well, and along with the encryption on the strings in memory, a lot of that has to do with stopping people. They know probably how easy it is for me to just dump the exe and figure out that decryption, but to them it's more to do with people running like a memory scan or dumping the game's memory and finding stuff through that method rather than putting a straight block in front of you. So it's a bit of that as well.
Mm-hmm. You understand everything, Marco?
Yeah. That'll make sense. But the second you start saying function, fucking squiggly bracket and shit, I'm out.
The hash stuff though is really annoying because it makes, especially for what I do, it makes it a lot hard to work with because there's like files that I would like to know how, like for example, character animations, to try and test them out when I'm trying to work on it to see, because someone tells you there's a problem doing XYZ, to try and find those assets now is a problem. So even for us making the tools, it's also a problem.
Yeah, fucking just if you want to export like a specific model from a map, it's like, you gotta export every model as a SC.
Yeah, and that's why I'm working on the model viewer built into it, because then you can just load up the game and it will load the stuff as C model viewer does, but instead of through a file, it just loads it from memory instead.
Without
so it basically exports the model. I haven't added textures, and I've tried it. The texture loading is too slow because it basically has to decompress the textures, convert them to a .NET object, and then load that into the model viewer. So currently it's too slow to add in. But I might add it in down the line. But
what about as an option? What about as an option?
I could do that. I'll see about it, because it's at the moment it's just way too slow because of all the things considered with regards to decompressing, loading. It just takes too long.
Well, not to mention one model has like 300 million materials.
Like I tried the model viewer on, what was it, World War II, and the model is loaded actually pretty fast with the textures, reasonably fast. But then I go on to BO4, where there's like 50 materials, and those 50 materials all have like 10 textures each, and it just takes 10 years for it to load them.
It's so fucked. It's so annoying setting up those materials as well. In Ape.
Oh, it's terrible. Like World War II had like an outhouse model that was one texture and looked pretty good. The same model from a JariK game would have 10,000 materials.
I assume they do that because of VRAM. I
actually don't know the ins and outs of it. It might be to do with like they can load in more textures, like in terms of how quickly they can load more lower quality textures into memory and then as the game loads up, it can load the higher quality versions, the higher bitmaps. So it might be a bit of that in it.
Well, I
But
always
I've never
thought
done that before.
it's because they could constantly use mix and they reuse the same texture a lot. So
Yeah,
it
it could be a bit of
allows
that as
them
well.
to just save VRAM by reusing the same things through mix maps.
Yeah. For us, it's terrible, but for them, it's probably saving them tons of memory. That could be definitely be a thing.
Yeah, but fuck it. When Modern Warfare comes around, boy.
Oh, I have my eyes straight set on taking that thing apart.
Fucking, what about the beta that comes out? Will you be
Oh
able to
yeah,
work with
that's what
that
I'm
at all?
looking for.
Could you
Oh,
export things
definitely.
from
I was
that?
able to work with the BO. Yeah, I was able to work with the BO4 Blackout beta. Mostly because Porter had already done a lot of work on it because from the original beta, the multiplayer beta, he had a lot of work done. So it was easier to work with it. But I'll definitely
Really?
be taking that thing apart the beta the minute it comes out on PC.
Yeah, I want to see what the fuck they're doing because apparently they're using true PBR. This means we're gonna have to convert metalness to fucking specular, roughness to gloss. Roughness to gloss is really easy, but metalness to specular is annoying.
I'm really interested to see have they changed any of the internal algorithms that they apply to the animations and the models because the animations, for example, haven't really changed in the past 20, maybe was it like 18 years COD has been going. Ever since COD 1, the animation formats and all that haven't really changed that much. Like they've changed a bit of how they compress some stuff, but that's pretty easy to work with. And that's one of the things that makes it so easy for Rate and Greyhound to work among all the games because of how similar they are. So I'm wondering how they're still maintaining that.
So I understood nothing of that.
Basically, have they changed the model formats because they haven't changed them that much in the past 18 years.
Oh fuck, bro! I wish we had the full Radiant with like the plugins, the cinematics, the fucking everything.
I think if Radiant had plugin support, which it could support if they really wanted to, but
Well,
that
their
would be pretty
version
cool.
does. The internal
Yeah,
version
because
does.
it wouldn't be that hard with Qt to allow us to build UIs. It wouldn't be that hard for people to make plugins that have their own UI and all. And then of course we could just they could expose APIs that scripters could use to add plugins. So it wouldn't be that hard. But you know, Treyarch, they're not going to do anything for us on the older games.
Right. I mean, maybe if they didn't have fucking Activision overlords with like ridiculous deadlines for days, maybe.
It's terrible. Like they have all the super terrain shit and the tessellation now in the newer games. It just looks beautiful.
But I can't fucking figure out if Black Ops 4 has height maps or not, because I swear they don't.
I'm the same.
I swear they don't. But sometimes
I've
I'm like,
exported
wait a minute, is that actually height maps? It's like I don't know. I can't tell. I swear they
I've
don't.
exported models that I thought stuff in the game that looked like it was a height map. I've exported that, and when I was looking through stuff when I was testing out C Model Viewer, I found a lot of them that looked like they were height maps, but were actually models that were pre-processed in like Maya or something. So I don't think they have height maps still in Treyarch's engine. They definitely have it in like MWR's engine and the newer engines like World War II's, because if you
Yeah.
exported geometry, it's all flat, so it definitely has height maps, but not. I don't think Treyarch have it yet. I don't think they've implemented it into their engine
Well,
yet.
do you have any idea what an UNC semantic is?
Oh, basically, I dumped all of the texture types in BO3 and
Yeah.
hashed them. And if you get an UNC semantic, it basically means that hashed. I don't know it, so or it hasn't. It's not in the dictionary. It's a newer. Basically, if it's BO4, it's a newer texture slot that they've added. I know some of the characters have newer textures for hair and stuff, so it might not be supported.
Fucking me and Zella were just like going through entire maps and exporting models, and we just see UNC semantic. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, basically it's just it's Greyhound dumping the raw value it has read from memory.
Fucking UNC semantic, dude. Alright. Jerry, mate. How's it going? I want
Great.
you to completely unload on Better Ops 4.
Oh, yeah, sure. So basically, what I want to do is I want to make a mod that completely changes everything in Black Ops 3. And I want to make it as replayable as possible. So, because I think with most maps, some people don't like to hear it, but I really think that the replayability isn't that high. So with my mod, I have algorithms for replayability. So like stats progression, so you can level up your character, you can level up your weapons. There will be cosmetic items that are there. There will be challenges for characters. So, for example, you can complete the Easter eggs and then you get a character.
Oh.
So yeah, everything will be awarded and will be saved if you play it for another time, instead of just playing it once and then starting again from nothing again.
Yeah, and it looks fucking really good too. If you guys haven't seen his Better Ops video on YouTube, go to his channel. Everyone's YouTubes and socials, everything will be in the description as always. So check everyone out if you haven't. I'm sure you already know who everyone is here though. So
It reminds me the realism mod in World at War. I was a real big fan of this mod.
Yeah, I
Uh,
took some inspiration from that actually. But yeah, that I think that was also great, but I'm changing it up a bit.
okay, so no, I think one was the doctor, one was
Yeah,
the
there
soldier.
aren't really classes in there.
Okay,
I
classes.
do have multiple game modes, so I have my battle royale mode where it's like surviving as long as you can, and the guy
Okay.
that or team that survive is alive as last wins, and they will get like some cosmetic stuff. So
I feel like your mod is actually gonna completely change the game. Like the
yeah,
whole,
I hope it will.
like the whole entire fucking like YouTubers especially. Like
Oh yeah.
this is like a whole fucking new game basically.
Oh, they'll be all over that.
Yeah.
We've always thought that mods would never be replayable. They've proven that completely wrong. Mods actually are probably more playable than maps now because they just use the same mod and they can use that same mod across multiple maps if you put the work into making sure it works on custom maps.
Yeah, like Raptro's fucking MWZ mod and fucking all the other ones. It's crazy stuff.
Oh yeah, Spuddy and the gun games.
Sure. So fucking, did you run into any issues? Like how many fucking problems have you had so far, Jerry? Or have you lost count?
A lot. Like I think the biggest problem that there is that I have limited save spots, so I can only save a limited things at a time. So like I can only save like 1 kilobyte of data, which
What?
sounds a lot, but it actually isn't if you think about that. Like half a kilobyte is only used for the kills on one or for each weapon. And then I also have to save every cosmetic item that the player has, all the leveling stuff. So it's it's really hard to pack everything in such a small space.
Is there a specific reason to why it's 1 kilobyte?
Yeah, basically we can't write files normally to like a new file. So what I use is I use the create a class system where normally where you save where it saves which
Oh,
gun is where. I just replace that value with the value I want it to.
bro, this man's a genius. What the fuck?
No, not really, but so and
Definitely other.
but yeah, there so I can save it to the campaign mode side, the multiplayer and the zombies, but I rather not use the zombies because that's already used for everything else in zombies.
Fucking, that's crazy. That's actually fucking insane count. The fuck.
Yeah.
You're a
I am
madman.
surprised it took that long for someone to notice it, because I discovered it last December, which took like a whole year for it to be found in the Lua. So
Yeah, how long have you spent on this mod so far?
I started it last year in August with the beta from Black Ops 4. I started porting guns, but I didn't really have a lot of fun with it after some time, so I stopped working on it and worked on my Lua decompiler. And then when I found that way to save data, I started working on it again. So I've been working on it now for like 9 months.
Damn, that's a big investment. And speaking of Lua decompiling or whatever, I could be completely wrong about the terminology. You decompiled the factions code, did you? Of Black Ops 4?
Yes. Yes.
What did you find? Anything?
Oh well, I found that there would be multiple seasons. I think there would be hats. There would be as a
Hats.
reward. There would be hats. What was it? Face mask. What it's called? What is it called?
Face paints? Fuck.
Yeah, that stuff.
AIDS, basically.
I don't have the file with me right now, but
So it's a
it
bunch of
wasn't that
cosmetics.
much. Yeah.
And how did you decompile it?
Well, yeah, I used my own program because Black Ops 4 Lua isn't that different from Black Ops 3. So it was just changing a couple values in my decompiler, and it worked.
Damn. Do you have any insight to why Black Ops 4's UI design is garbage?
I don't know. I hear that a lot, but I actually like it.
My problems are the inconsistency and the menu on menu on menu on menus.
Yeah, I get that, but on my side, I think because older Call of Duties just used a list of all the different things you can choose, but with it all scrambled around the screen, you have a lot more options for what you can choose. I think you have a lot more diversity.
But when you're trying to like speed navigate through something, it's impossible in Black Ops 4 because
Yeah,
like there's
that's
just menus
true.
and menus, and the leave button is sometimes on the left, and then sometimes it's on the right. Just the most dumbest thing I've ever seen in any fucking game in my life. How sometimes the exit button's on the left and sometimes it's on the right. Like,
Yeah, I don't know, use controller, so
fuck a
I
controller.
don't know how that works.
Symbo,
Yeah.
what's going on, cunt? What are you doing?
Smoking weed.
Nice.
That's the way to go, man.
So, do you know what else you're doing as well right now, this second, Symbo?
At the same second, I'm talking to you right now.
You're gonna talk
I'm
about your
also-
Stargate map.
Yeah, I want to talk about my Stargate map.
Go on, son.
So I start last year because I had the Wasp, the Parasite from Shadow and Revelation by Ari. And I tried to mess with the script. I didn't understand at all what it was about. Now I understand a little bit more how they navigate through the nav mesh, nav volume, I mean. And I tried to make a game that was completely different from all the other zombie map, and not even doing a zombie map, just using the AI. So I create a world with a floating island. I use as pretext to have some science fiction and fantasy to use the Stargate universe. So you teleported from Earth to a new planet with aliens you can talk to. You can progress to the map. You can fly. And there is a new enemy at each island and challenge to do to go back to Earth. So this is my main project at the moment. And
Yeah, it's fucking
I
crazy. If there's any video you want me to show the viewer, like while you're
Yeah.
talking about it, just send it to me and I'll set that up.
Okay, I can try. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Can
people
work
can
out
like
something.
see what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
How'd you? What's the inspiration for Stargate exactly? Like, why Stargate?
No, Stargates came after. At the beginning, I wanted to fly and have a war in the sky. While and Stargate, I was a huge fan when I was a kid of SG-1 and the universe of SG-1, and I just found a model for the Stargate once, and the idea to combine my map to the Stargate universe came like this. Yeah.
Very nice. And what about Mars Challenge?
Mars Challenge is going to come next, and it's challenge map, but I want it to be detailed. There's gonna be a 4 section in the map, and each section has its boss. Once you complete a challenge, you have a bigger boss each time. So it's gonna be pretty epic if I found a mapper that is okay to help me for some parts, because it's kind of hard to make a detailed map, and I don't have the patience to mapping. I like to help people, like I'm helping Mind Mirror at the moment for their Easter eggs. So I like to help mappers.
Yeah, Symbo, like us mappers are fucking, like we're the most impatient cunts on the planet when it comes to anything to do with writing in text files. We just want to get it off our screen as soon as possible. We would just want to make the level, fuck the script. So people like you,
Yeah.
Symbo, greatly help our
Thank you,
endeavors in creating levels.
But I've seen that very good mapper are very impatient with script. They think they can spend a year or 2 on the map.
Yeah, like
and
not
the
even 10
scripting-
seconds in a script.
Yeah, and when they try to install in something, it doesn't work the first time or the second time. They don't have the patience to. They get rid of it like you did an hour ago.
Yeah, well, we just
So-
want to fucking map.
Yeah.
If it ain't in Radiant,
So,
no fuck off. Like.
and I think there is something pretty similar between mapper and scripter. Is you can script something pretty basic and it works as intended by the mapper. But you can spend 2 more weeks on it and having beautiful effects, awesome sound at the right moment, make it more ambient stuff, and it looks 100 times better. But you need the patience for that, yeah. And I've seen a lot of new mappers and scripter coming um, on some servers here on Discord server, and I'm quite happy they are interested in scripting. I start to have this thing that when I see people having trouble with basic stuff, it kind of annoy me, and I'm kind of be angry to try to explain this thing that seems basic to me, but was so hard for me too at the beginning. So I need to be careful with that. But at the same time, I'm happy that new people come.
Bro, I get
Maybe
a bunch of
we-
I get a bunch of random people that have never mapped in their lives, literally know nothing about the tools. They just randomly message me like, "Hi, I'm installing the mod tools and I'm trying to make a map." It's like, how about watch some videos first before you start messaging random Discord people?
Yeah, and I didn't have Discord at the beginning. My first map,
But the thing is,
I was blind. I was all alone. So
there's not really that many scripting videos compared to mapping tutorials.
Yeah, that's true. But there is some tutorial for shootable, for example, and people ask about how can you make me a shootable? I say there is already 10, 20 shootable on Monme or on YouTube, but you can just modify it. And this is how I learned that in the first place. I don't know about you guys, how you learn scripting or how you get into it by copying code or maybe do your own since the beginning. I don't know. JariK Scob.
I started with Black Ops, with World at War actually, just copying stuff from the internet. And then when Black Ops 3 came out, I just read the scripts that we were given with the tools.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah,
And you're that good?
that was the same.
Yeah.
What? I can't even.
I think for me, it's or like any programmers who don't like, I do programming in C Sharp, C++, Python, and I think the big advantage to doing that is that if you do that, it's if I have a problem, I can just Google it. Whereas if
Yes.
a scripter in BO3 has a problem, it's like, what the fuck do I do?
Mm.
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
fucking
oh,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
the
just get
compiler says,
nonsense.
UI errors are the worst. Like, I give you big credit, Jerry, for like any. I'm doing Luya. I'm actually doing Luya right now, and I'm making some HUD stuff, and it's just terrible. That like it's even with the little patch I made that shows up some information, it's still not enough. It just tells you what the error is because all the debug information is in there. So it's still pretty terrible. Like I give you big credit for doing any large work in Luya.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And then to add to
Yeah,
that, it's
from
complete undocumented mess.
Yeah, we're gonna say something.
yeah, I wanted to say what you said at the beginning of the podcast is all the community is very grateful to you guys for all what you have done and about to do. So I would just wanted to say thank you.
No
Um,
bother.
Yeah, no problem.
How much of your life have you like committed to fucking COD? Do you reckon?
Too much.
At least 5 years.
Yeah.
For modding.
Fucking long time. It's a long-
I started in late 2014. Then I started getting involved in UGX in early 2015, and then from there I've just been doing stuff.
I've been mapping in COD since 2016. I think that's when the tools came out, and still haven't released the map yet. So. I will be releasing a map very shortly though, and it's a meme and a half, but it's a meme that looks good. Okay, so
I don't mind meme maps. See, people get really like bitchy when like I can understand. Yeah, someone releases literally a box.
bro,
Yeah, okay.
my intent with this map is to literally destroy Ice Grenade's career. All right, so that's
Oh god.
that's
Like
what
I don't
I'm
mind
doing.
Ice Grenades maps, to be honest. Being perfectly, I
I mean, it's
don't
just
actually mind
banter,
him
man.
because
I don't seriously mean it.
he does what he wants to do, and in fact, they get a bit of attention, so I can't give him any negative. Like you can't say anything bad about him because he gets attention. So, but I don't mind them. I don't mind challenge maps. They're fun for a lot of people, and for YouTubers, they're fun. So I don't mind them.
Yeah, my whole thing with it is they all look garbage. So it's like, what if there was a challenge map that didn't look shit?
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah, this is what I want to do with mouse
Just
map.
put Sir Jammy levels of detail into just a little
Oh,
tiny
yeah.
box.
Yeah, that's a great idea. In some toilet room will be the best idea.
something like that. Moving on, Symbo, shush.
I don't
Did you
know.
can't see the DLC 4 trailer? That just
Yeah.
drops earlier.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are these cunts using animations like that? It's so
Oh, I bet you they just got the interns and just like draw a stat and just we'll throw it up on Twitter in a few minutes. Thanks.
bro. It's literally like just still images that were then after the fact animated. Like they're not even
It looks so
so
not terrible. Like
weird.
the art is nice. It's just the fact that all they've done is just move it, like just literally open up Adobe Premiere and just start moving stuff.
Yeah, like I would use the liquify tool to make it look like he's moving, but he ain't. It's just weird, mate. And the trailer just ends abruptly. I thought I was like halfway through when they were on like about to go through the portal. I thought I was gonna see like a whole new section and scenes and things. No, just ends. Just ends, doesn't it? Ends like the whole universe of zombies. Let's go. Can't wait for it to be another remake. Fucking stab on the haters. Alright, I'm getting too memey now. You know it's 3:35 a.m. for me right now.
Okay.
Dude, I've hit the point of tiredness where I'm just straight memeing now. So fucking apologize. Future reference to the back of the podcast, if that makes sense. Nice.
Holy crap! I just saw on my Twitter feed Leviathan reveal trailer. They're actually
Yeah, I've
remastered.
seen that on.
Oh wait, did he just announce that?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just posted it.
Jaybird?
Yeah,
No,
Yeah,
Chrome
no.
Master 10 is
Nice.
Jaybird.
Oh, so that's okay. Yeah. So yeah, Jaybird's been remaking Leviathan the whole time, by the way. So guess that's just got announced. Look out for that, boys. It's gonna be lit, especially because it's by Jaybird. Jaybird's a fucking god.
Why the video I found is in somebody else YouTube
Because
channel?
Chroma's the trailer dude. He should have.
yeah.
Okay.
Jaybird should have contacted Zella for a trailer. Did you guys see the Atonement release trailer?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That was
that one's
made-
pretty
Zella
good.
made
Yeah,
it?
that was made by Zella.
All right.
Gotta contact Zella boys and make sure you. Oh, almost just knocked my drink off. Make sure you pay him too, because he spends a very
I got a
very
question, though.
long time on the trailers. What's that?
Well, then again, I'm
the
pretty sure
question
Chroma. He's
Okay.
good friends with Jaybird. Sorry, yeah, Symbo.
Yeah, I was thinking about the loading screen. Is there finally, or will be one day, a way to have a simple way to change the solo loading screen? And
I have no idea how to do that still. Do any loading screen at all.
We'll
I
talk
guess
racing
that
because-
times.
one way to override the material is the best way to do it. It's not great, but it's the only way, I think.
Yeah,
yeah,
I remember Quentin showed a way to do it using some image file.
yeah, the
Yeah.
black one, yeah. Yeah, the black default black or something like that. Yeah.
Dude, last time I tried doing that, every fucking asset that used that just had the fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Harry
it
said
looked
that
good.
about his weapon. He used that texture for some of his weapons. So if you get the loading screen on some part of the weapon,
That would actually look pretty cool. I'd love to see that.
I've got like some of the areas that I've like blacked off. So like it looks like it goes on forever, but it's just probe fading into black. And then you put the fucking loading screen on. It's not black anymore. It's just loading screen in this room of the map.
I'd love to see
Yeah,
that. That'd be so
yeah.
cool.
That's fucked.
And what about so we was talking about that the other day on your Discord, Scob. A joint weapon is considered as drug, so it might be removed if I get a joint weapon in one map, a spliff weapon.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
If you get some weed in a map, I want to make a hip hop meme map.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I saw what you were making. Yeah.
Is it going too far already?
No.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
actually,
because
wait. There's a story recently in Australia. DayZ, the game, is banned in Australia because the rating process of games rated it unrateable because the game incentivizes smoking weed. And their explanation for it is because it gives you health, like smoking weed gives you health, that's an incentive. So if you want to have drugs in the game, it can't be an incentive.
Okay.
Your mod is going to get banned in Australia.
Gonna be banned in my country, cunt. What you doing to me?
You're just gonna go onto it and it's just
Did
gonna
you-
say sorry, this mod is not available.
Oh, Did you just launch your game? Gob?
Oh, I think I did. Yeah. Well, my mic
Your
goes
mic
like
just went to
200.
I just went deaf. Fuck.
Somebody
go
know
back
how
down?
to fix this?
Yes, you go into
Yeah.
game chat in game, and then you just disable it.
Did it go back down though?
Yeah, it's good now.
Yeah, it does that where it starts up and then the settings go back down. I just hate that.
I feel like I'm the only cunt that doesn't have this problem.
Yeah, if
Oh,
Scott
it
got
happens
this
when you
problem-
start the game first, and then it fixes itself again.
Yeah, but no one ever complains to me about no issues, and my mic level always stays the same when I'm launching the game. On my end, I don't know.
It's just what happens when your game is so bad that you override.
Windows? Override Windows? I've seen like some games change my fucking mic level. Like I'll be randomly talking to someone, they'll be like, "Dude, are you like 3 miles away from your mic?" I'm like, "No, what do you mean?" But then I have to go into Windows and put my mic volume back to 100. Even though you got allow applications to take exclusive control of this device disabled, it still does it though. So absolute cunts.
What about your project, Verko?
Which
I
one?
don't know. Yeah, tell me about all of them.
Oh, okay. I am being interviewed. I'll see how it is.
Yeah.
Big Burke, fucking 69 Lesbian Lane, fucking finna drop December boys. Watch the trailer I put out ages ago. That's all I have to say about it. Why am I plugging myself on my own channel? What is happening? What have you done to?
What do you mean?
I don't know, Symbo. Let's just move
Okay.
on.
Yeah. What about? I wanted to ask something to Jerry.
Yes.
The memory you can save
Nope.
from a game to another.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Can you make, for example, it's a mod for a specific custom map? You have different custom map, and for example, you can do. It's one example I just found. You can do the Easter egg of the second map only if you did the Easter egg of the first map. So there is a value like Easter egg level, Easter egg done, or I don't know.
Yeah, you
It
can
save.
save all that just
Okay.
as a number.
Okay, so it's possible.
Yeah.
Nice. But
Perfect.
is it does it need some Lua knowledge of what is
No, not really. Since I released some scripts that all communicate with Lua, so you just need CSC and GSC.
okay?
Do you
Yeah, I
do you
would be
think you could
curious
ever
about
make a
it.
tutorial, Jerry, on YouTube?
I could, yeah, but I don't think it's really needed. It speaks for itself, I think.
But what if you're a
It's like one of those
bot?
tutorials that if you're a scripter, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
True. Honestly, I hate creating tutorials. Like my lighting tutorial series, they take so fucking long to make. Like,
No, I'm writing up a tutorial. This is taking so long. The longest is the gobble comes. It just takes so long to get everything together to write
yeah.
up. That's why I hate writing.
And then
tutorials.
you play the you make the whole video, you play it back. It's like, wait a minute, I forgot to fucking include. I forgot to mention this. Like, this is important. Can't believe I didn't even mention that.
The advantage I have is that I've written the gobblegum tutorial and I'm also recording a video on how to do it. So I'm basically when I'm doing the video, all I have to do is just like recite the entire written tutorial. That'll also be on my wiki. But it still takes so long because you'll make a mistake during a video or something like that, and you just be like, no, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, I always end up having my fucking shadow play folder or fucking Nvidia share, whatever it is, has like fucking 3,000 clips in it, and it's like fucking almost a terabyte big. And it's just because I take so many takes for like one fucking sentence. I don't know, like I become a fucking spastic when I'm recording for some reason. I just can't talk anymore.
No,
And
I'm exactly the same.
I always end up
It's
having
like-
to do like 50 takes.
The worst part is when like you're 5 minutes into the video and you realize I'm after forgetting something.
Well, I always do things in like sections. I do like one sentence at a time, and then I just edit it all together. That way I can't like fuck up the whole thing. I don't do it all in one take. Like, if you pay close attention to like any video I put out, there's like fucking 50 million cuts between every sentence.
It's a good idea because at least then you can shorten the video too. Take out all the random crap that isn't necessary.
Exactly. Exactly. If I was fucking actually good at scripting my videos, I would hit him with a 3 clicks Philip, but I'm not, so unlucky for me.
So, how would look like a good scripting video, a tutorial? Because people when they don't know anything about scripting, they want something very specific, and they're not gonna open the script to
Well,
modify it.
That's the problem with mapping as well. A lot of people come to me like, I want to remake Mob of the Dead. It's like, learn how to make a wall first. Like, fucking learn how to make a box before you start
make an
trying to
object clone.
remake Mob of the Dead. Yeah, or Knocked. Fucking Jesus. So like, I guess you gotta apply that principle to scripting. Instead of trying to fucking script Black Ops 4, try just scripting high print and bold hello or something.
Oh, now that we have three scripter in the podcast, I can ask something that is maybe controversial. what about the fact that mappers have more credit than scripters? Is it something that annoys scripter in general, or it's not the case for me? I don't say that, but I like scripting, and I have the reconnaissance I got. But what about you? What do you think about that, guys?
I
I
if you want to go first, Jerry, you can.
Okay. I make mods the mo. Whoa. I make mostly mods, so I don't really have that problem. So I did
Yeah.
some small stuff for some maps, so I don't expect some major credits. And with Mob of the Dead Remastered, I worked a lot on it, so I did get a lot of credit, but I never had really the problem with that I didn't get enough credit.
Too bad Shifty's a cunt though. Go on, Scob.
Yeah.
With regards to my tools, not so much scripting, I don't really have a problem that much with people using it and them getting more credit because they're my tools provide a purpose and they use that to make their maps, and so their maps are their product, and
I
the
feel
tool
like
is just used.
if you have a dedicated scripter, like you're working with the scripter to script the map, you're gonna get credited. But I reckon, because what I've done every time I put something in my map, I write a credit down into one file. Otherwise, I'll just forget because there's like 50 million things in the fucking map. But if you're working with someone, you're actually talking to the person. You're not just downloading a file of the internet, and then
Yeah,
through that,
I can understand.
it's
That.
easier
It's
for
like
the mapper to
edit
credit
credits
them.
list.
Yeah.
Whereas,
Yeah, it depends at least two of the number of hours you put of work. If you got somebody, you spend a year to map and you got a scripter who spent just 2 weeks on it for the Easter egg, it's not like you did like the work did made Zeroy and RDV together. This is two different situations, I think. Also, I don't know what you think, but
Yeah, I don't know. Joey, could you like explain, like shed some light on Mob of the Dead Remastered and what the fuck happened to Shifty?
Okay, yeah. So basically, we knew that it should release in begin September because Shifty had to go to university, and he didn't want to give the map to me. And then, like 2 weeks before the actual release, the whole map broke, and we had to basically build everything from the ground up again. And not everything was able to be tested, and then it just released, and it was a complete mess.
Why didn't he just delay it?
Because he had to go to
Oh, yeah, that's
university, and
right.
he
You
didn't
literally
want to
just
give
said
it to
that.
me.
Should have just gave it to you
why?
though. Should have just gave it to you.
Yeah, I also don't understand it to this day, but yeah, he probably thought I was gonna mess with it and then release it without giving him the credit for it. So
So why did he like delete his whole entire internet identity and become this glitch person he's now known as?
yeah, I also don't know that. I never spoke with the guy again, so I don't have an answer to that.
Do you know anything about how he had other people map sections for him and he didn't give any credit?
He did give credit, I think, but he did let other people map for him. I know that.
Well, I mean, he didn't credit at all in his videos. Maybe he did on the Steam Workshop page.
I'm pretty sure he did credit on the videos, I think, but maybe not enough.
Well, at least the ones I watched, he didn't mention shit about
Yeah.
other people mapping things.
Yeah.
But too bad I can't go fact check because they're deleted.
Yeah.
Fuck. That just allows us to make up any random bullshit. No one can prove us wrong. See what happens when you delete your online identity, cunts? Don't Zix yourself, don't Shifty yourself, and don't Expicious yourself. RIP Expicious, by the way.
Oh yeah, I was thinking
what
about
happened
it.
there? Are you just gone?
I just deleted his internet, basically. I don't know. Everyone's just deleting their fucking internets.
I'm the opposite. I'm
Yeah.
like build up this empire.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. That's
Scobalula
the
Empire.
train I'm on. Can't like fucking why destroy your whole brand for what? Because one cunt said a mean word.
Yeah, I don't
Unbelievable.
understand why he deleted his YouTube video though. I got a message from Seth Norris today, who was looking.
Oh, how
Yeah,
to do the snap to models?
snap to model, but also he was interested by other video too.
There's a
So he
keybind.
was.
Well, there's a keybind that you can add to the UI in Radiant.
Yeah, I use that.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So I
repeat.
love how
I've been saying this for years, and I'm gonna repeat it again. You can find so many things just by scrolling through the keybinds. Just open keybinds, Control
Oh.
K, and then open all the drop downs, and you'll see so many things you never knew even existed. And you'll be like, holy fucking shit. Alright, so everyone, that's your homework. Everyone watching who maps, that's your fucking homework. You must complete it by the next Zombies Workshop podcast, otherwise you're gonna be fucking, I don't know, grounded or whatever.
I just know if we still like to use World at War's style Radiant. Oh god.
Dude, I once tried making maps in World at War. This was years ago, before Black Ops 3 was a thing. Just couldn't do it. Don't know what was wrong
Well,
with me. Just couldn't do it.
For me, coming from World at War's Radiant to Black Ops 3's back when the tools came out, it was just like night and day.
Oh, I went
was-
from fucking Source Engine, so like Hammer Editor, to Radiant. They're very
I
similar.
hate Hammer. It's just so. I don't like Hammer at all. It's just so finicky.
Yeah, it's very fucking annoying trying to resize brushes in Hammer. Not fun. Not fun. But yeah, World at War to Black Ops 3. More like day to night, because I went Radiant Black on our asses. You guys have any like dream collaborations? Like if there's 2, 3, 4, 17 cunts you'd like to see make one thing, who would that be? Anyone can answer?
Me, I still would love to work on a map with a good mapper and with Haribo if he come back or wants to work seriously on something. I would be glad to have both of them.
I can't even keep track of who's doing what anymore. I used to be able to when I was like new to the community. There's like the fucking like I don't know 9 big cunts, and then that's pretty much all you know of. And then now there's like fucking 50 million cunts doing 50 million different things. I just can't keep track anymore. Like,
Before back before BO3 came out, because BO3 came out when Discord was becoming a big thing. So even before BO3 was released, Discord wasn't a thing. So in World at War, you had the forums, and oh god, it's like you could keep track of everyone on the forums because you kind of knew everyone. Then once Discord kind of took over, yeah, people you just started to lose track of who was who. There's like so many new people now that I don't know who's who.
yeah, shout out to who's who, best perk.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Wuzu is actually a good perk if it's in a good map and placed right.
Bro, everyone hates on who's who, but you literally can respawn with all your perks. I don't know what problem.
if you know how to play the game, it is a good perk. If you like have a good strategy and get your body in time,
Yeah,
and not get killed.
I think it's a fire perk. Same with Tombstone.
Tombstone was
perks.
underrated, and like you could
Right.
just kill yourself and come and get your stuff.
Yeah, and you can get like even more perks through Tombstone.
Huh?
If you yeah, so you get your 3 perks in Tombstone, and then you get enough points, down yourself, get another 3 perks, and then get your Tombstone back. You have 7 perks.
Okay.
Or
Didn't know
6,
that.
however the math works. I don't know. The way to get more perks in it. What is your cunt's most favorite custom map? As 2 of you are new. It's like the mandatory question I'm gonna ask everyone.
I don't really play custom maps, so like it's hard to say. Yeah, I haven't played many custom maps.
True. What about you, Jerry?
I also don't really play custom maps, but I really like that Mob of the Dead map from Sir Jammy. I don't know what it's called again, but from World at War.
Oh, what at war? I don't know.
Oh, if we're including World at War,
Yeah.
There's a lot of maps on World at War 'cause I played the shit out of them. That's how I got into custom zombies. Oh wow. Say those ones like Project X and stuff like that. Those maps were just crazy. Like World War maps were so innovative, especially all the ECT ones. They were crazy.
I often found like I see a lot of arguments how World at War was so much better than Black Ops 3 because of like there's just more features or whatever on the maps. But like World at
And
War's
more
been out.
creativity too.
World at War's been out for like I don't know how many years. It was out.
People,
Wasn't it out for 6 years before Black Ops 3 modules came out?
2008 because they dropped mod tools straight away with it. So if you to around 2008 till 2016, so about 8 years.
Yeah, exactly. So like 8 years compared to at the time 2 years in Black Ops 3. Of course, like
Yeah.
everyone hasn't figured everything out yet.
And if you compare that, a lot of the really good maps in World at War didn't come till quite late. Like, so stuff like Leviathan. I think there was other ones like UGX's Raccoon, which had tons of shit from UGX mod 1.0. A lot of those maps didn't come out till like late 2015. So I think with BO3 it's the same thing. We haven't figured out everything, and the same World at War, there was still stuff being figured out how to do. Like even in World at War, we only got the T4M mod from Dukub and SE2 Dev and a couple of others that allowed us to increase the asset limit. So people were even innovating then and still trying to put more stuff into it before BO3 came out.
Some people are still mapping out World at War right now, and I
Yeah.
will never understand why anyone in their
I
right
can
mind
understand
would
it
do
if they
that.
don't have a decent PC, but there are people who literally have the PC to run BO3 and just continue to map on World at War.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. That's a
I
good
know a
argument
guy
though, having a
named
shit PC.
yeah, Amber is a good mapper, but he hates Radiant Black. I don't know why. I tried to convince him to go back to Black Ops 3 again, but he want to stick to World at War. He tried, and he makes a really good map. But there are some guys like
Fuck. He was telling me about his map that he was working on before it came out, and then it came out. I was like, yeah, I'll play it. And then like fucking 9 months passed. Here I am talking now, not played it yet. I just forgot about it because
what's
it's
the
in
name
World.
of
It's
it?
in World at
Snowblind.
War. It's in World at War. I can't keep track of World at War maps because they're not on Steam, are they?
The map name Snowblind. I'm pretty sure.
Go check
No,
out
everyone hated
Snowblind.
the fact that everyone hated the Steam Workshop when it first came out, but in reality, it is. In a way, it's terrible because it's not moderated, but at the same time, it's so easy to just subscribe to content, just have it straight away downloaded, no installers, no zip files, nothing, just straight away there on your map list.
Yeah, and by the way, Valve have finally announced officially that the Steam library overhaul is coming in 13 days. So there'll be a whole new Steam library page, and it's going to be incredibly good for game developers. And we don't know how good it is going to be for just users in general. But apparently it's ultra customizable, the most customizable shit you'll ever see. And then after that, their community overhaul comes, which means workshop. So they were working on the Steam library since 2 years ago. The first information came out about that. So since the information about the community stuff only came out recently, we probably have, I don't know, 2 to 20 years until that drops. So,
Yeah, Valve time.
Valve done, boys, let's go. Watch this
When's
13
Valve
days
3?
turn into 13 months. Fucking 1 to 24 months, by the way.
Epic Games that will have taken over by the time they have it out.
Nah, dude, they're dying. Like, they were growing, now they're dying.
Oh, I hate that. I tried using the store. It's terrible. It's so bad.
I just remember when the fucking launcher didn't exist and it was just Unreal Engine UDK. Now there's all this game shit on my fucking Unreal Engine launcher. I'm just trying to use Unreal. I don't care about Fortnite or your other bullshit. Fuck the launcher. Fuck it. Shit.
It's like every company now has to have a launcher. Every game has to have a launcher.
So dumb. It's really dumb. What benefit does that give? Oh, I know the exact benefit actually. It's the cut they get from the sales.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't have to give Steam that huge amount of money.
Isn't it 30%?
I think, and it kind of just goes down. I think the more they earn, or something like that.
Yeah, 30%, 25%, something percent. So much
And
percent.
then Epic Games be like, we'll give you money now. Just come over to us. Come on, here's money. Come on.
Didn't Discord try doing their own games thing?
It's still a thing. It's still there, and there's some decent games on there, like BioShock. If you have the 9.99 version of Discord Nitro.
God. I wonder how their fucking like investing fucking meetings go. Yeah, we're gonna compete with Steam or whatever. And then Tencent are like, oh yeah, sure, here's fucking 1.5. I said that wrong. Here's 155. Fuck! Fuck! 150 million is what I'm trying to say. Jesus Christ.
I got a question too. There is a lot of function about VR in the API. It was a plan to make it a VR ready game, or
I'd
That
say
could be
both, yeah.
leftovers from IW.
okay.
Because if I'm not mistaken, Infinite Warfare has VR. In some capacity.
Okay.
Yeah, and they have a lot of stuff taken from Treyarch because if you look at like the SAB files and all that, they take a lot of stuff from Treyarch. So they're probably taking stuff from the game and putting stuff into the game that they were using like doubly.
Yeah. So how is it happened that there is that many left script from other previous game in the script? Like for example, I was looking to the zombified player in some script of stock script we got. Like is it something left from Turned, or is it something they plan to do on Black Ops 3, and why is it still there if it's from another game? I don't understand.
Zombie fight that could be from remember BO2, the game. What was it called? Was it called Turned?
Yeah, turns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Turned.
yeah, yeah.
There's also grave
So
That's it. Yeah, it
spawns
was probably
in
from
the.
that.
I like how
yeah,
the
but
template
why?
has grave fucking spawns.
Yeah, and if you look at our game, they still have like all the if statements and stuff for like if game mode is Z classic because they still have all the stuff left over from Turned. Because it was
Yeah.
literally a game type in the game, like a multiplayer game mode. It would have been
Mm.
using the same logic that they used to split it into its own game mode.
They'll probably keep everything there just in case they want to bring it back or whatever. Or you like expand
Maybe.
upon it in the future.
Like
I
I think
don't.
the free
They.
perk power up still checks
I
for
like how
like
we.
ghosts and stuff.
I like how we went from fucking Black Ops 2, right? Ships with transit and like massive map, massive, fucking make a unit of a map, and then it has fucking 3 sub maps, and you've got multiple game modes. There's this new fucking like ranking system, and then we got Black Ops 3, 1 map, Shadows of Evil, not that big, and we got rid of all the modes. It's just one thing now, and there's less
Shadows
stuff.
of Evil, I still think to this day that that is the worst map they could have shipped as a default map because the amount you had to do in terms of understanding the beast mode, how to get the pack a punch,
Mm.
And then they
etc.
throw
It's
it all
just
out the
so
wind. The next map. It's like,
yeah.
what was the
Yeah,
point
and
of
those
all of that?
actors, they just got rid of them. They just got rid of all the actors that done that.
Wait, have you noticed that every fucking crew is 3 dudes and 1 chick?
Oh yeah, gotta be gotta be. Oh, what's the word? I forget the word. What is it?
Inclusive,
Like fair. Yeah,
diverse.
something like that.
But why is it always 3 and 1? Like 3 on 1. What's this? Sexism?
Yeah,
Why 3
call it
males and 1 female?
Victus crew. Yeah, they yeah, you're right. Actually, if you think
Yeah,
about it,
Victus,
the only
Shadows of
same
Evil,
sizes.
fucking Chaos Crew. It's always 3 dudes, 1 chick. What's the cast on Call of the Dead? Who do you play as on that?
What's it's like Danny some other lad. I forget. I only remember Danny Treasure from that map.
I literally
I
have
know
no idea who you play as on Call of the Dead. I haven't played it. I literally haven't played COD since Black Ops 1, since it came out.
that's the map that needs to be remastered.
DLC 4.
Has to be. That map is just, it's so nice.
I like how there's been like 17 attempts of Call of the Dead remasters in the community, and all of them just get deaded. Like
Well,
they just die.
I was a part of the one with Porter where they asked me to do the characters, and then of course he left, so I haven't seen much of that. Ninja was working on it as well. Ninja Manny.
So many
And there was
people
also
have
Hitman.
try doing
Yeah,
it.
there was was it Chrono? Was that or someone else?
Robert was trying to do it
Yeah,
as well.
Chrono worked also on one.
Yeah, there was. When Porter announced that we were working on it as well, there was a lot of tension there between them. It was so funny.
Oh, there was so much tension between Slayan and Zella because they were both doing town
Oh
at
my
the
god,
same
he was
time.
in. Sam was in the server with us, and like, it was just so funny because at the same time, yeah, Zella's throwing shit back, but you're the one who's like putting up the fight.
Yeah,
And at the end of
Slayan
the
was
day, you're
pissed.
throwing shit, and he's just at the end of the day, you're throwing shit, but he's throwing shit back. But you're the one who was throwing shit in the first place. It's like if people threw shit at me, yeah, I'm going to fucking attack them back. It's like you don't just like call someone a dick because you attack them and then they attack you back.
Yeah, because if I remember rightly, like Zella had zero clue of Slayan's existence. Zella's just making town because he wants to. And fucking one day, this dude Slayan on Twitter just starts adding him like, it's like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah. And keep in mind,
Fucking
Sam was working on his for so long. We were helping him to release it, and he still took so long to release it.
dude, Zella fucking started after him and then finished before him.
Yeah, it was like, and we were telling him like and then he was in because like I said, he was in the servers, and Slane was saying, "Oh, it's okay. He's not going to release before me." He said early 2019, and here he goes. He just releases it at the start of 2019, and Slane, and when it says it's like, "Fuck." I can imagine that being Slane's reaction. Fuck.
No, funny. Now Zella's gonna finish his North Wales sanatorium.
Oh, that looks nice. I like the look of that map. It looks really nice.
I can't remember. Did he say on the podcast? I won't mention it just in case. But well, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. We've hit the time slot of 1 hour. So massive thanks to Scobalula,
Scobalula.
and JariK and Symbo for coming on.
Hey.
Make sure you
Yes.
check every one of these motherfuckers out in the description. Fucking like all that bullshit YouTuber stuff. See you guys.